I remember driving to the field thinking the opposing team, since the pitcher we're going up against was a D1 commit to UNC for pitching, so the scare factor was definitely there. I arrived at the field 3 o'clock, just an hour before game time. Once I arrived at the dugout, my coach was waiting for me, asking if I wanted to pitch today. Keep in mind that I had not pitched the summer before my senior year. I was in shock when he asked me this, since we had so many talented pitchers, but he wanted me to fill the game today. As a pitcher, I was mainly known as for contact pitching, which meant I will throw strikes, but the team will more than likely hit the ball, since I didn't really have the strongest arm. So of course my initial response was I would do whatever needed to do. My coach ended up throwing me that game. My catcher Mitch and I had started to warm up 10 minutes for the game and threw a bullpen roughly 7 minutes, but it felt like 10 seconds. So after we'd finished warming up, we had went back to the dugout. Just a little history about me in baseball. I was never the one to be super serious. I was a jokester of the team that did stupid things to make other people smile. When Mitch and I had gotten back to the dugout, we had roughly 15 minutes to kill before the game started. So at this point, I was shaking like a dog since I hadn't pitched in over a year, and the only thing that would stop me from shaking was doing stupid activity. I grabbed the water cups from the stack and made a slow radar gun to clear my mind. It was obviously a joke since the pitcher was committed to UNC, but it still got a couple chugs out of people. After we finished radar gun, it was time for the game. The first inning was the most nerve-wracking inning I have ever pitched. I was still a bit shaky walking onto the mound, but I had to block that out and focus on the game. I made the first batter pop up to center field after 2 strikes and a ball. Then when came the second batter, I got him to ground out to third base. Then the big matchup came up. It was the UNC commit. I was told not to give him anything to hit, so I did just that. I pitched around him until it was a full count. The final pitch came, and I threw a little close to the zone, and he destroyed the ball. A mile-high fly ball to left fielder. Luckily enough, the left fielder caught it. We got out of the inning 1, 2, and 3. The next few innings, I was way more lax. Batters were going up to the plate, and only one batter made it on base from innings 1 to 4. I pitched out of my mind. For some reason, they were unable to hit me. Unfortunately, we also could not hit the UNC commit, so it was a 0-0 game going into the 5th. I was becoming a little more tired from pitching since I only pitched once before this game in over a year. I went 1 and 2 with no problems, but the third batter was different. I had gotten myself into a 3-0 count with the batter, but I managed to find a way out of it and eventually struck him out to get the third out of the inning. A couple scoreless innings went by, and the game was still 0-0 at the end of the 6th inning. I went out for one more inning to pitch, even though my arm was about to fall off. I struck the first 2 batters with ease. Again, my arm was still killing me. Then the UNC came up. I got him down to 2 strikes with 2 foul balls. He was expecting my slow curve, so I thought I would change it up and give him a little fastball in the bottom right corner of the box. I threw it as hard as I could, and he watched it go by. Then the umpire called strike 3. I just struck out a UNC commit. I was shook. We were up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Still, the UNC commit was pitching, but he began to get a little wild and walked 2 batters with no outs. Then we stole and got a runner to third with no outs. Finally, we had runners on. Our third baseman was up to bat and put the ball in play. It was a little ground ball to the second baseman, but our runner beat out the ball home and was safe at the plate. And we finally won the game 1-0 off of a walk-off. The best part about the win was that the team congratulated me after the game since I had just outpitched a D1 commit to UNC. This game came late in my senior year, but it was still one of the most important games in my entire baseball career because it was one of the last games I was able to play with some of the best people I know.